All right, welcome to the video. Hello, everyone. I have a timer down here. I don't want to limit myself time-wise with this video. It is going to be a longer one, but I really think I should be able to keep it under 20 minutes and get through everything. Um, Here's the picture, full strength living, and I'll be talking about out of balance-itis. So I've had this idea for a little while that's really helped me and people around me, and I want to start sharing it, and I'll get better at explaining it and things like that. So here's the first video of its kind. The reason you'd be watching this video is if you're suffering any illness, if you're suffering anxiety, losing hair, if you're fat, if you're tired, if you have sore gums, bleeding gums, if you have acne, anything that is disease, dis-ease, or ill health, or you're just not feeling right, or things are going wrong, this video will help you. It'll help you even more when you've tried to go through the medical system, or you've tried to fix it with just nutrition, or you've tried putting ointments and creams on your ailments. And bad backs, bad knees, tight hips, all these things. And you've gone to chiros and you've gone to get needling like I do, and will continue to do and stuff like that. So it will help you with what I'm calling out of balance-itis. So I had this idea for a while that all diseases, the more I've learned, all diseases stems from out of balance-itis. If you're still using the genetics excuse, you need to rethink yourself. I know that's not a term. You need to rethink things. Genetics, if you think things are just bad luck or anything like that, or good luck, then this video is going to help. So I'm going to go through what I've come up with, the 10 pillars of health, and I could have come up with 20 pillars, and ideally I could get this down to 6 or 8 because it would be easier to explain. But basically, throughout my learnings about nutrition and training, living, helping people, what I've learned and the way that I make sense of the world is that if you are in balance with these 10 pillars, you will be of great health. And with great health means you will live a long time and live well, but you'll be able to use your body. You'll be able to, good things will come your way, the right people, the right conversations. You'll look a certain way, you'll feel a certain way. So you're getting the absolute most out of your time here on earth. That would be the goal of full strength living. When I talk about balance and I'm talking about these things, I've been rating myself out of 10. My creativity and expression has been a 4 out of 10 this week. The last few months, my nutrition has been a 4 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. And the goal isn't to have all of these be a 10 out of 10 at one time. That would be pretty brutal. The goal isn't for all of them even to be 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. It's not like I need them all to be as high as possible. The goal is, let's say you're suffering hair loss right now. You say, okay, what would Smith, you go to the hair specialist, they give you some stuff, it works or doesn't work. If it works, then all of a sudden your liver is not working and you have acne. So yeah, you fixed the hair, but you didn't fix the out of balance-itis. What I'm trying to say is, let's say you have the hair loss, the hair shedding. You've tried the cream, it does or doesn't work. You've tried nutrition. Someone says you're low on zinc and magnesium, so you try some supplements or even find foods with zinc or magnesium. Maybe there's some benefits early on, but you're still losing hair. And then you go, shit, what would Smitty say? He would say, I'm out of balance. You go to this chart, you have a look at it. You say, nutrition, I've been trying. Like, I've been doing this, I've been doing that. You go to these bottom 4, by the way. Nutrition, connection, and relationships. You go here, I won't go through everything. You go to this chart and you figure out what 2 or 3 things are at 0. 2 or 3 things here will be between like 0 and 4 or something like that. And you'll have a few things that are towards 8 or 9. Hopefully you have some that are up there. But maybe you have, like, most things are at a 5 and a few things at a 0. It's like, dude, you're out of balance. Some of these things need to be really high, near all the time. Okay, so, and then all you do is you figure out, man, yeah, I'm not getting a lot of relaxation and stress release. I'm doing none of that. I'm getting no fun and play. All I do is work, study, but I'm not doing it with a sense of purpose, like I'll talk about in here. You find where you're out of balance, you change things, and things change. And it will work, and it does work. So I wanted to go through why I chose these things. But that was a brief, 5 minutes. That was an explanation of what out of balance is, and how aiming for full strength living, which is what I've called this, can bring you back into balance. And then once you've created this new version of health or new version of yourself, you might find that new problems arise, and we're constantly changing and evolving and a little bit out of balance. You might go through a time where you have to work hard and study for something, and then you get the rewards, and then it's like, cool, I've completed this task, but my bones hurt and I'm freezing all the time because I've been focusing on this one thing. Now I need to regather and regroup and do something else. I need to focus on something else. And the problem is, in this day and age, we focus on work. You can't see me scroll, but if you see on where it says work, study, purpose, when we work and study, it's not normally with a sense of purpose. What I'm doing right now, what would you call this? I don't get paid for it, so it's not work. Study, this is more creativity and expression. It's fun and play. What else is it? And a bit of purpose. Okay, it's not work, it's not study, but it's purpose. I'm like, hey, I have this idea and I want to get it out. I want to help people and share this thing. And I treat this very differently to how I might treat a desk job or a job lopping trees or something like that. Anyway, let's get into it, guys. The 4 down the bottom. Okay, nutrition. I'm going to make this one pretty short, hopefully. Pretty self-explanatory. What we put into our body uses for energy. It dictates how much energy we have, how much vibrance, our memory. It affects our sleep, our relationships. So it needs to be at the bottom. I'm not going to go into what good nutrition is. I have my beliefs and my thoughts, which are constantly changing. But basically, eating and absorbing enough food, macros, nutrients to not be losing weight, to not be gaining body fat, and to live your life. Okay, most people this day and age with too much fast food, the body fat gets higher, and that can be actually to protect the body, or people dieting too much, not eating enough, and that leads to skin problems. A lot of the mental disorders, the anxiety and depression that we're suffering can be fixed a great deal with nutrition. The polyunsaturated fatty acids that are rife in junk food and just snack foods in general that stop how much sugar our body can absorb and create, or not create, but utilize, which affects everything. So nutrition is huge, pretty basic. Connection and relationships. So yeah, connection can be relationships. I mean relationship with your spouse, your parents, siblings, best friends, close friends, work colleagues, however far it branches out for you. But having strong relationships can really help the human body and therefore the human spirit and therefore your full strength living. Connection can also mean like connection to animals, connection to earth, connection to your being, just feeling connected. The people that have depression, people that die early and things like that, you've heard of people die after their loved one dies, or they might die after heartbreak and heartache and not having someone. So feeling connected to a tribe is a way that gives us energy, makes us feel safe, which works into stress release. All these things are kind of connected that I go through. So having relationships in your life is super strong, super great way towards full strength living, and should be at the base of what you're doing. Nature and outdoors. The sun gives life to plants and animals. We are an animal, gives life to us. So being outdoors, you might have heard, I remember hearing, someone told me like 10 years ago that being near the beach for half an hour had some effect on hormones similar to a drug. Being around trees and plants, being around animals, the direct sun, the sound of water dripping, the sound of water falling like a waterfall, or the beach, the sand on your feet, all these things, it feels nice for a reason. It sounds nice and looks nice for a reason to say, hey humans, go to this place regularly. Go there when you need, and go there regularly to help regulate yourself. So the last one, faith, bigger picture. So knowing that there is something outside of us and outside of this place that we're calling Earth or calling home, whatever you call it, there is something bigger than us. People argue about what it is. I don't have the answer, but I've seen enough to realize now in my late 30s that that we are here by design. This place has been designed greatly, and things happen for a reason. If you can have faith in that, then that helps you step away from your internal thoughts and your internal things should be this way. Why does this happen? Why me? Woe is me. And into You are part of something bigger. Take a step back, relax, have faith that everything's under control. And what do you need to do? So you can take a step back when I have like anxious times and anxious moments. You cannot escape your head. You are just in your eyeballs. My eyeballs, I dilate, and I'm just so internal. And then when it passes, I realize I was there, and it's like, whoa. And then sometimes I can be even more relaxed and step back even further and look at the wide world and the way things happen. So these are the base of things. If you can focus on these for a little while, you'll be fine. And as we work our way up the tree, here's what I want to mention. People that have spent so much time outdoors and have just ultimate faith that everything's going to be fine, and they love people and animals, and look at the way I'm acting, like carefree people, their nutrition can be somewhat suboptimal. They can eat maybe more junk food, and they're so free-spirited and outside and just loving life that the junk food doesn't stick, it doesn't affect them like it might affect someone else. They might eat a vegan diet. I talk about the vegan dieters a lot. Vegan is lacking in some nutrients a lot. It's lacking in a lot. But if you're a vegan that is loving animals, you get to do a great job. I'm thinking of that the Freely, the Banana Girl, and Durian Rider. So they've been shooting from the hips for 10, 15 years. They've been sharing their thoughts. They seem energized. And they're not the perfect example because I don't know what they've been through. But they look, especially Freely, she looks pretty damn good for like 45 years old, vegan the whole time, like for ages. But she lives bloody in Costa Rica or something like that. She's like living outside. I think she's in Australia still, but she's living outside. She gets to share her views. She gets to help thousands of people. I don't think she has faith, but she has faith in something bigger than her, most likely. And then she eats a lot of really great food. So the fact that she's missing some protein, it wouldn't matter as much, and B12 and stuff like that. It doesn't matter as much to you if you're obese, anxious and negative, inside 12 hours a day, not moving, no connection to people, feeling out of sorts. That vegan diet will be horrible for you. So that's why when I mentioned nutrition before, I wasn't going to go into what one person should do or what the right thing to do is, because it can change based on this tree. Okay, it's all on a sliding scale. So that's just one thing I wanted to mention is if you get these four things right, if you're 10 out of 10 on three of these, two of them might be able to fall to the wayside and you will be fine. But then you can't give advice to someone. When Freely gives advice saying you don't need animal foods, it's like, no, you don't need animal foods. Other people that are sick, I think animal foods are magic for them. They should focus so much on them. And then the carnivore thing took over. We were of ill health leading into the pandemic era and coming out of it. And that's about the time that the carnivore diet took off, because it was like this high nutrient diet with a lack of, they were saying it was a lack of carbs, but it ended up being a lack of polyunsaturated fatty acids from junk food. We're getting healthier. Carnivore must be the way. But it's like, no, carnivore is the way when you're so sick that you just need to like do a reset. That's when that works. So I'm hoping I'm explaining that okay. Just I'm focusing on nutrition right now, and it's very individual. We all work the same, but my nutrition that I'm having right now will be different to what I needed 5 years ago. Therefore, it's different to you, and I can help you with that if you guys are interested. Sleep/rest. Now, I didn't put this down the bottom for a reason. Most people say that sleep is the most important thing. A lot of studies that if you get less than 6 hours a night, you have a higher chance of obesity. Less than 5, I'm making this up, less than 5 hours a night, you have a chance of depression. All these studies, right? Here's how I make sense of this. Sleep, rest, but I'll say sleep, is more of a marker of health. It's more of a proxy. It's a marker of health than a dictator of health. When you are healthy and things are going well and you are in balance, you will be able to sleep 7 to 8 hours. You won't wake up during the night. If you do wake up to pee, you will fall straight back asleep. You will wake up feeling quite refreshed. You will fall asleep easy. You will have dreams. That is a sign that you are in balance. If you struggle to get to sleep, like I did a couple months ago, 6 months ago, less. If you struggle to stay asleep, if you wake up multiple times, if you're not dreaming, I'm telling you now, you are out of balance. It's a clue that you are out of balance, okay? So sleep is important. Going to bed at a certain time instead of scrolling, having sleep hygiene, we're calling it now, or people are calling it. It's important. I think people are trying to hack sleep. They're trying to biohack sleep. If you are sleeping, it is important, but if you are living well, your sleep will be taken care of. If you're out of balance, your sleep will suffer. Okay? And this way of looking at it is helpful. Here's why. If you think sleep is the magic pill and you're not sleeping well, you will start taking sleeping pills or melatonin or having a drink or two to help you sleep. I hope you can already see the problem with that. You are out of balance, therefore not sleeping. So you say to yourself, okay, I need to sleep more. I'll take something to help me sleep. And your body's like, cool, I got sleep. I'm still out of balance. Cool, you put some topical cream on your hair or face to help you grow the hair. And now the hair thing's fixed. But I'm still out of balance. You didn't fix the thing. And the body goes from one thing to another because you're not listening to it. You take melatonin. Your body goes, okay, I'll seep energy from the hair. You put a cream on it. Okay, I'll get to go to the skin for energy because I'm not energized. You get acne. You take a pill or rub a cream on it. And it just goes down and down until you get liver disease, until your knees blow out or something like that. Like your body's always giving us signs. And the way that we fix things at the moment in this world is by masking, by taking a pill for it, or even a supplement, or just assuming that it's just food. Assuming that just nutrition is going to fix it sometimes isn't enough because we might be lacking in one of these other areas, and nutrition can fix that problem. You won't notice that problem anymore, but the lack of energy is still there because you are out of balance. So that's my thoughts on sleep and rest. Creativity and expression. Man, growing up playing guitar and playing music, like it is magic for us. People that dance surely there's studies out there saying they're happier and live longer. People that enjoy the exercise they're doing, or like this is creative. People that create content, that's a form of creativity and expression. Singing, how good is singing sometimes? Humming, whistling, clicking, playing a day to remember, pretending you know how to do double kick on the bass drum. It's creative. Playing games, like growing up and just being an only child, being able to like make up games. It's fun. I still find like I'll find a ball and I'll be like, cool, give me an hour on my own. I'll have fun with this ball. I'm fine. Big part of health and being in balance is using like the gifts that we've been given and the things that we find interesting and expressing it. People that can draw, paint, create anything, like this whole place is here because of creativity. Like even creating a child, you were created by your creator. You know what I mean? Like it's amazing. Fun and play, laughing. Surely there's studies out there that I could find and you can find about people that laugh live longer. People, a sign of health. Laughter is the best medicine. Like we've all heard that, Dr. Hibbert on The Simpsons. But surely we've all heard that, and we've all heard it because it is true. It runs true. Having fun, the lighter side of life. Like I said, if you're a creative person and you're having a lot of fun doing what you do, you can probably spend more time indoors, or you can have less faith than someone else. Okay, so this whole thing is a balancing act, and you never have to be 10 out of 10ing everything. But most of us, if you go through this, I guarantee if you are having headaches, if you're fat, if you are suffering anything, I bet you can name things on here that are like 1 out of 10. Okay, all over the place here. Work, study, purpose. So my boss asked me like if I had $2 million or just enough money to live forever, what would you do? And I actually really struggled to think of what I would do. And we ended up talking about it a little bit, and we both would work a little bit. We just take more chances. You might start your own business because if it doesn't go through, it doesn't matter because you're not doing it for the money. But I think work is important for us. Obviously, we need money in the way the world's designed. We need money to get by. So we need to work for that, and we need to study sometimes to upskill and make more money. But I've put purpose in there as well because the work that we do in order to be a healthy, vibrant person, the work should feel purposeful, should feel like if I wasn't here doing this job, the people around me would suffer. So I coach at a gym and I leave there thinking, I love working there. what a great place. And those people are lucky to have me and what I know. And I honestly believe that. So I have purpose being there. It's not just a paycheck. If your work is just a paycheck, which I'd say 80% of people are, me included in the past, and at times it just feels like you're just there for money with some of my day jobs. And most people's day jobs, if you weren't there, you are replaced the next day, possibly by someone better. All right. So most people's jobs, they're not a purposeful job. So you're spending 40 hours a week plus travel time and mental energy, 50 or 60 hours a week for something that does not matter to the world as far as bigger picture. So purpose is huge. We need to get up. Even like I feel energized today thinking about this video all day. I've been studying some capital cities. I want to learn the capital cities because I have this idea in my head that one day I'm going to win $1,000 on pub trivia. And it's given me the sense of purpose, and I feel energized today just through having a sense of purpose. So if someone has a great sense of purpose, like they have this idea for creating something or doing something, that person can, for a little while, get by with eating less calories and they'll still have energy. They can get by with not connecting to people for a little while. You can go full internal, nerd mode on the computer, indoors, go ghostly white because you haven't seen the sun, and you will have energy. Once that thing is created and you can take a step back, your body will be in shambles. You are so out of balance because other things have been at a 0 while this is at a 10, okay? And it's kind of like, to get that thing going, you had to hone in on that one thing, and other things had to go to the side. And that's what I was saying about the start here, where we don't need this perfect balance. You might not be able to do anything great in this life if you aim for too much balance. All right, doing well for time. Relaxation and stress release. More important now than ever. Not that I know that what life was like in the past, but social media, the economy, as in how much our dollar is worth, therefore how much we need to work. I don't have a lot of time to do relaxation and stress release. Well, I do. I don't make time for that. I find it hard to just sit and do nothing. My mind wanders to what I should be doing. As in, should I be cleaning? There's always more to clean. Should I be doing more push-ups to make my chest bigger? Very hard to sit and do nothing. So, I've put the yoga person here, but any type of breath work, a bath, a holiday with a loved one. That way you're getting maybe nature and outdoors, connection, stress release, all in one. But traveling can be stressful, so tough. But some type of working in. I'm not working out. I'm not getting rid of energy. I'm getting energy in through breathing, through actually feeling relaxed. Now, someone that does breath work every day, that doesn't mean that they're a relaxed person. You'd say to that person, why do you need breath work every day, multiple times a day? Why are you meditating every day? Is your life that stressful? Or do you think that you need to be just because you're doing the relaxing stuff every day? If you're doing it because you're so stressed, then we need to fix the stressed part, okay? The relaxation is just a tool, but we need to be doing it enough so that we don't need to be doing it all the time. And then movement and training. So movement is great for the body. Anything that stays still dies. Getting up and walking, going and training, it says to the world, it says to your body, I'm important and I'm thinking of the future. So I also wanted to mention with study and movement and training, when we do it, we're thinking of the future. We're saying it's important. I want to be stronger in the future. I'm thinking of picking up my kids. I'm thinking of winning a comp. I'm thinking of having muscle and looking a certain way in the future. And I think that future frame of mind keeps us healthy and alive. If you sit around doing nothing, the body goes, oh, are we done? Are you ready to check out? And it will start to basically decompose. So, movement and training. And then we've got 100 up there, as in 10 out of 10 for all these equals 100. As I said, I don't know if someone could ever do 10 out of 10 for everything. And obviously when you're doing this, guys, if you go through it, please do it. Please rate yourself. And I don't have a way to tell you what 10 out of 10 is or what 4 out of 10 is. You've just got your own reference for everything, and just do it. Just have a guess. Yeah, I think this is about a 6 out of 10. If you want a hand with it, message me and let me know. And find out what's out of balance. If you've got headaches, if you're getting, what else do people suffer from? Bunions. freaking everything, guys. If you've got low testosterone and you think, okay, I'll just take testosterone, you will have high testosterone, as in your blood work will show it if you go get it tested. But that's just a marker. You're out of balance still. Just because your testosterone is gone, just because you're sleeping more because you've had pills, doesn't mean that you're back in balance. Just because you put hair cream on or whatever you put on your scalp to grow more hair, doesn't mean you're back in balance. And it ends up holding us back, guys. It ends up working backwards because now we don't know how out of balance we are, because with the testosterone, maybe you do have more energy, but you're still out of balance, and it will catch up with you. It's going to catch up with everyone. The people that are on steroids that lose their hair, they say, that you go bald and stuff like that and get acne. It's not that the drug is causing hair loss. It's causing your body to need to go somewhere for more energy. You are out of balance. You give your body testosterone, and now you can use even more energy because you just have more energy. Or you think you do. It's kind of like caffeine. You feel like you have more energy, you can do more, you can lift more, you can stay up later, you can think more, you can do blah, 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 but you don't have the energy for it, really. It's not real energy that you have. It's just a drug. All right? Caffeine, testosterone, it is a drug. It blocks off something so that you feel a certain way, and then you burn yourself down, and the body goes, I need energy from somewhere. So it will break down its own body. It's called gluconeogenesis. Your body will break its own cells down for energy. And you'll lose hair. It might go to the skin, so you get acne. It might go to the bones and muscle, so you lose muscle. Not if you're on testosterone. But you can be the calcium in your bones. You can lose the calcium. All these type of things. I'm going to keep it there. I'm under 30 minutes. That's why I chose these things. The bottom 4 are your base. And then you just try your best at the other things. Sleep is a marker. Just notice your sleep. Try to go to bed on time. Try and not scroll at night and stuff like that. And just notice if you're dreaming. So once I got off caffeine, my dreams came back. Notice if you're waking up in the night. That's often, if it's due to peeing, then you've got to drink less water. If it's just waking up in the middle of the night, it's often due to the liver is out of stored glycogen. So you're not eating enough carbs or not storing enough carbs. All right. So you need either a higher carb diet and a lower PUFA, polyunsaturated fat diet, so that your body can utilize carbs more. There's a lot to it. I love talking about it. This has been creative and fun for me. I'm going to go eat now. I'm going to go have a high carb, medium fat, decent protein meal with lots of sugar. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to have it outside. Good sleep tonight. I do keep forgetting to practice my faith and bigger picture work. I'll eat outside. What else can I do? I've done my movement, and then I'll try relax. All right, so I'm ticking off the next couple of hours. I'm going to tick off everything. Great day for me. See if I can do it tomorrow. Probably won't, That's balance. It's ups and downs. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I'll make more videos soon. Thanks, guys.